Hi guys, it's me, Patricia Lynn. So I want to tell you something really strange what I just gone through. I had this really weird dream not last night. Basically when I was taking a nap on the couch earlier, because last night I didn't really get any good sleep last night. But when I was taking a nap earlier on the couch, apparently I had this, like, really strange dream. So, apparently, I don't know if you guys notice this, but don't you guys ever get, like, a dream where you're basically, you feel like you went back in time, and you went back into, like, the past where you weren't supposed to be, and then you're still, like, you're 22 years old, but you're in the year of 2015 and all that. Like, has anybody had that happen before in your dream? Like, if so, let me know in the comments section. So, like, basically I was back at my old school, and apparently I was like, where the heck am I? Like, why am I back at my school? Why am I in my old classroom? Like, why is my teacher telling me that I have to do my classwork I've already, like, done? But then I realized that the classwork was actually different. It had some answers that I actually already knew and that I actually learned about. So it had, like, a story about, like, it had, like, some, like, weird story about, like, you know, time traveling and, like, some kind of, like, Greek god type of stuff. And I was like, oh, I know who does all that kind of stuff. Sailor Pluto's father, Kronos. Like, I know Kronos, like, Kronos is actually Sailor Pluto's father from Sailor Moon. And, well, basically, he's not really from Sailor Moon, but, they explain about him in Sailor Moon. And, so, yeah, like, they had, like, all the answers for that, and I answered all of them correctly, and my teacher was like, oh my gosh, how do you know all these answers, Patricia? And I was like, oh, well, apparently, I have this one friend of mine named Sailor Pluto. She, told me all these kind of stuff. She, explained me a lot about this kind of stuff, like, through the future. And apparently I was telling her, and basically I'm not from this dimension. I'm basically supposed to be from the future. Apparently I'm supposed to be in 2022, and I'm a 22-year-old person inside this dimension. And she's like, huh, that's weird. And then I was like, yeah, I know. And I explained to her a lot about what happened. And she was like, so, Patricia, what's going on? And I was like, oh, well, apparently, I have this one, there's this one demon that's, controlling this one friend of mine named Sailor Pluto. And apparently this demon's, like, possessing, Sailor Pluto's body. And, he all of a sudden, like, is trying to, like, make Sailor Pluto, like, go after me and trying to kill me and all that, but there's no way that she can kill me. Like, I have to, I'm kind of immortal. I like, always dodge her attacks and all that. So after that, like, I was done talking to my teacher outside the courtyard in my school, and, like, after that, I went to this other class. I went to my, my old history class, and my history teacher was like, do I know you from somewhere? And I was like, of course you do. I'm Patricia Lynn. How do you not know who I am? Like, I've had you before. And she was like, huh, that's strange, but I don't think you're not supposed to be in this class. And I was like, really? But am I supposed to be here? And she's like, no. And I was like, huh, let me look at my schedule. And then I was kind of really shocked. Apparently, my schedule took me to class 666, which that's where the demon was being located at. So I was like I wonder why I'm supposed to be in that class. Like, why am I supposed to be in that class? I don't feel like going into that class. And then apparently I had to, because it's the only class I had to go to. And the weird thing was, my old school actually has elevators that I can go into. So apparently, class 666 took place all the way down to the underground. It took me down to, like, hell. So apparently, I had this one there was this one paraprofessional that took me over to my, classroom, or took me over to where I need to get to my other classroom, which it was a classroom that I shouldn't be in, because it's probably evil and disturbing, but I had to, because I had to, like, rescue somebody that was down there, but we're not there yet, so right when I get to the elevator, I told one of the teachers, like, the paraprofessional, to say, you have to stay here, I can't let you go in here, because this might be a dangerous mission to do, so I have to, like, do this mission alone. And he was like, are you sure? Do you want me to get you there, though? And I was like, no, you don't have to. I have to go in there by myself. I have to get to there by myself, and it's the only way. Even though I know I'm supposed to get there with an adult, but I don't need that, because I don't need an adult with me, because I'm already an adult. So I start entering inside the elevator, and then all of a sudden, the elevator started acting up weird. It started like on, I don't know if you guys, have you been on Tower of Terror in, or one of those fear falls at, like, other theme parks? Like, you'll kind of get that feeling where it's like, the elevator's taking all the way straight down, like, fast as it can. It was doing that, and I was scared, but I wasn't really that scared, but it felt, like, scary to some people when they have that feeling. But basically, I was the only one on that elevator, and then I'm just, like, trying to press the button, trying to figure out how to get out of the elevator, but I wasn't able to work. So I was like, shit, like, what the fuck do I do now? How do I get out of here? Why is it taking me all the way down to this freaking underground that I don't want to go to? And apparently there was one good reason I had to go into the underground. I had one friend that was stuck there. And after, when it took me into the underground, the elevator door opens, and there was something disturbing I saw. Like, the hallway was very dark, scary as heck. It was creepy, and apparently, I was like, okay, this better be a nightmare. This is probably a nightmare, but if this is like a lucid nightmare, I hope it is, because I'm hoping that I'm going to turn it into a lucid dream after this. So I'm, like, going through the whole, like, hallway, trying to look for my friend, trying to see if there's anybody here, but it was really weird, because there was a lot of, like, it was, like, basically this, elevator took me somewhere, like, darker in Japan, so basically I was in a dark Japan looking class, like, I mean, in, like, some kind of dark Japanese school that was, like, really super dark and scary. And I'm, like, walking through there by myself, trying to find a way to get out of there, or I had to, like, search to see where that demon, I had to, because there was this one demon that I had to kill, but I couldn't find the demon where he was. And then, all of a sudden, I saw one of my friends in that dream. I don't want to say her name, but, well, actually, she does have a YouTube channel, too, but I don't want to say her name, basically. Well, actually, I mean, I could actually explain her in my channel if I want to. Her name is Talia. Her channel is actually called Derpster Haves, so I'm just gonna call her Derpster Haves for short. So, yeah, like, my friend Derpster Haves was in, the dream, and she was, like, telling me, Patricia, I'm scared. This dimension is very scary. You have to get out of here. And I'm like, what do you mean I have to get out of here? What's going on? Like, I have to be here. There's, like, someone that is stuck in here waiting for me. And she's like, I know, but this dimension is really spooky and scary. You have to get out of here right away. And I'm like, but how do I get out of here? Like, the elevator is having technical issues. And she was like, I mean, do you think you can get out of here too? And she was like, I can't. And I was like, then we're both stuck in here forever. So I guess we're going to have to figure out some way to get out of here. So apparently I told her, and then she told me, oh, by the way, your friend Sailor Pluto, she was looking for you here. And I was like, really? She was looking for me here? Like, my friend Sailor Pluto was looking for me? And she was like, yeah, your friend Sailor Pluto, she was looking for you. But then all of a sudden, like, she was acting like she was scared of something. Like, something, like, she looked like she'd gone through some serious shit. And I was like, okay, like, okay, what else did you saw with, when you were down here? And when did this happen? And she was like, oh, well, apparently, like, right when I was talking to her, all of a sudden, she was saying that there was this, she was afraid that this one demon was going to drag her and go back inside of her body and use her body as a, something for evil again. And I was like, oh, okay, so, like, then, like, after that, and then after that, like, something grabbed my friend Sailor Pluto while my friend was talking to her. And apparently Sailor Pluto got dragged, and then my friend Talia, also known as my friend Derpster Haves, she ran for her life because she was scared as heck. And she even told me that her evil twin was also here. Like, not Sailor Pluto's evil twin, but my friend's evil twin, my other friend's evil twin. My evil twin was there, and her evil twin was there. So I had to, like, quickly figure out how to save my friend Sailor Pluto, but I wasn't able to save her in this dream, but I was able to, like, figure out how to, like, get us out of there. So I told my friend Talia, my friend Derpster Haves, do me a favor. Please just stay here, stay calm. I'll be back, and pretend like you're one of those creepy ass students, okay? Just pretend you're one of them, alright? And she was like, okay, I'll pretend that I'm one of them. And I was like, good. So after that, I kind of, like, walk into the very dark, spooky hallway with my light, and I'm looking for Sailor Pluto, and I'm trying to find Sailor Pluto, where are you? Or, where are you, you creepy-ass demon that's controlling my friend's body? Where are you? And then all of a sudden, I started hearing some, like, scratching sounds like this. Like this. Like, it was like, it sounded like this. I don't know if, like, I might have, like, bad, like, scratching sound effects, but, yeah, it sounded like something like that, and I was like, okay, that's very disturbing, like, that I just heard, but it wasn't really disturbing. It didn't, like, really scare me that much, because I'm not really afraid of demons. Like, I know how to kill them in all one go, but this one was, like, really tough. Like, this one I had to, like, figure out how to like, defeat it and all that. And, so basically, like, right after when I heard that, the demon starts saying something very disturbing. I am here. If you want your friend Sailor Pluto back, you have to go through me first. And I was like, you creepy ass demon, let my friend Sailor Pluto go. And stop being a pussy. Come here and fight me like a man. And then, like, I'm walking through the whole hallway, like, this dark hallway, and then all of a sudden, in front of me, like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but, like, in some, like, do you guys know, like, liminal space stuff, like that, What Shall We Do Next shows all the time on his, like, videos? He, like, familiar places that you've seen in your nightmares and dreams and all that. But there was, like, this one area in front of me in this, like, dark hallway. There was, like, a darker hallway, but I didn't want to walk into it because I was afraid that what if the demon could be in that hallway? It might, like, jump at me and might kill me to death or something. And then all of a sudden, I was kind of right, because the demon, well, basically, the demon was actually basically using Sailor Pluto's body to jump at me and charge at me. So, like, I stand there for a solid seconds to wait for, like, a jump scare, and then, like, all of a sudden the demon was, like, so, like, I see Sailor Pluto, like, an evil version, like, the possessed version of her, and she was like, "Hello, Patricia, you are going to die." And he starts using Sailor Pluto's body to, like, charge at me, and I had to dodge her. And what I did, I had to, like, usually, like, in the manga series, and especially in the anime series, like, you know how, like, when Chibi Usa, she grabs Sailor Pluto's time travel key from her belt, and on her belt, like, I had to, like, grab her time travel key by dodging her before she, like, charges at me. And I did that, I yanked it out, and then what I did is I had to, like, push the demon and Sailor Pluto's body in one of the dark classrooms, and I had to, like, lock the classroom door, and I had to quickly make a run for it, and I had to run all the way back to my, best friend, Derpster Haves, which, it's not really her name, basically, but, like, that's, basically her channel's name. Yeah, I went back over to her, and, I start, like, telling her and say, hey, hey, Derpster Haves, I finally got this, like, one time travel key that I was supposed to use, to get us out of here in this dimension. So let's hurry up and get out of this dimension. And she was like, oh, okay, so is that, like, a time travel key that will help us get back to our regular year? And I was like, yeah, this is gonna help us. And then, like, after that, I had to ask her and say, how long were you stuck here, by the way? And she was, like, stuck here. I was stuck here for 3 days. And then I was like, okay, so you were stuck here for 3 days? That's weird. That's really creepy. And she was like, yeah, I know. And I want to get out of here, because, like, this place is very disturbing and creepy. And I was like, okay, come on, let's get the hell out of here so we don't have to stay in here for that long. So I start using the time travel key. I had to say the right words for it, and once I did that, it finally got us out of that dimension, but apparently it didn't get us back to the year that we were supposed to be in. Apparently it summoned us back into the elevator, but the elevator was so normal, like, it was on the regular floor that we were supposed to be on. So my friend, Derpster Haves, she opens up the door, the elevator door, like, presses the button, the open up elevator button, and so the elevator starts opening up, and guess what? It was, like, normal outside, so it was, like, normal out. It was, like, normal outside of the elevator. So we got outside of the elevator, and then we end up seeing, like, Dr. McKee, or, like, this, well, oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say his name. Oh my god, I can't believe I say my teacher's name. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Yeah, so I see this one principal of mine, and we told him about, like, what happened and what was going on in the what was going on inside the elevator, we showed him the schedule, and he was like, oh my gosh, there's like some room called 666, and I was like, yeah, and we had to close off these elevators, please do that really quick. So he finally closed off these elevators, and the teachers were like, all of our teachers were like looking at us like, what the hell's going on? Why is all the elevator doors closed off? And I was like, we had to explain what happened, and they were like, oh my gosh, like, you guys went through some kind of paranormal shit? And I was like, yeah, there was like some demon down there that was trying to kill us, and that was trying to, like, you know, lure us into a trap and all that. And that's what happened. And then, like, after that, like, Talia and I, we had to, like, go to the cafeteria to go have some lunch. And basically after that, we were eating some lunch, and right when we were eating some lunch, we were talking about, like, what happened, and then, I had this one friend of mine, this other friend of mine that came over to us. She was, like, asking me what kind of shit we'd gone through, and we explained her everything. And a lot of the other, students, they had to come and barge in on our conversation, but, which was a good thing. We had to explain them everything, and they were like, oh my gosh, you went through some kind of, like, shit like this? And I was like, yeah. And apparently we gotta be careful, and we have to, like, avoid all this. And we're basically not from this year. We're basically from a different year. And then all of a sudden, like, after that, after that, I end up seeing, like, we end up hanging out outside the courtyard. And then, like, after that, like, I ended up seeing one of my favorite teachers that I usually go out to see all the time at her gigs. Her name is Reggie Reynolds, which I actually have I have, like, videos of her in a couple of my videos. Like, I have videos about, like, my friend Regina Reynolds doing her gigs and all that. So, basically, she was in that dream, and apparently we were all, like, I was, like, telling them and say, oh my gosh, look, it's Regina Reynolds. And one of my friends were like, Patricia, I'm surprised that you know her name. Like, how do you know her name? I was like, I know her name a lot. We've met before. I met her, like, a few years ago. And she was like, in this year? And I was like, yeah, in this year, basically. But I'm from the year 2022. I know her. And they were like, oh my gosh. And then I told them and say, you guys don't know that she does, like, gigs and all that, you know, that, and she plays guitar. And they were like, no, we didn't notice that. Why didn't you not tell us this whole entire time? And I was like, well, basically, I did told you guys a few years ago about it. And they were like, oh, okay. And then, like, after that, we were done having, like, our conversation outside, so we end up, like, after 5th period, like, we had to go through 5th period first, but then after 5th period, when we went to 6th period, guess who I finally bumped into? My other favorite two Outer Scouts. Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune. Which, they were asking me, I was like, before they started asking me, but I was like, Sailor Uranus, Sailor Neptune, you guys are here. Oh my gosh. And they were like, Patricia Lynn, where have you been? We were worried about you. And I was like, I had to explain them the whole thing, what happened. And they were, like, really shocked. And they were like, oh my gosh, so you saw Sailor Pluto down there? And Sailor Pluto was possessed still? And I was like, yeah. And apparently I had to grab her time travel key so I could get me and Talia out of that dimension. And apparently, we had to figure out how to close off the elevators so none of the other students don't plan on going down there and getting stuck down there. And they were like, good thinking, Patricia, that's a good thinking. Yeah, you gotta keep people out of that stuff. And I was like, yeah. And then, after that, we had to explain my teachers, like, there was this other teacher that was, like, going, like, what the heck's going on? What are you guys are talking about over there? And I had to tell them and say, oh, we're just going through some kind of paranormal shit, and that's what's going on, and all that, and they were like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, and me and my friend, Derpster Hayes, we don't belong in this year. We're basically from the year 2022. We're not supposed to be in 2015. We're supposed to be in 2022. Which, it was weird because I was in 2015, September 5th. And this was like right before I started my YouTube channel. So, I started my YouTube channel in 2015, October 4th. So that was the year I started my YouTube channel. And then, like, so I was like, okay, we got to figure out how we're going to be able to get back through the future. And Sailor Neptune and Uranus were, like, telling me, okay, enough having the conversation, let's hurry up and get this done. So we finally, all of us, like, went outside and do our thing, so I used my time travel key in the correct way this time, and finally, the time travel key was able to time travel us back into the future, where I came from, and it finally took us back to, 2022, but basically, we were at the, First of all, we had to basically be at the area where Sailor Pluto guards the door of space and time. We went through that first, and then after that, we had to go through the other. We had to go through the other year, and then after that, we had to finally go back to 2022, and then after that, right when we get into 2022. We end up taking my friend Talia back to her house, and she actually gave us the directions to her house, and we took her back there. And then after that, Sailor Neptune and Uranus, they took me back to the hotel in Boca, and I was like, okay, but aren't we supposed to go back to the science lab so I can get all this stuff done? So I could get, like, a lot of stuff done in that laboratory. And they were like, oh, no, Patricia, we're gonna do that some other time. Right now, we have to stay focused on the other mission by saving Sailor Pluto from that demon that she's being, controlled by. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll focus on that first. And then after that, they took me back to the hotel, and a few moments later, Sailor Neptune was saying, okay, Patricia, I have your wake-up potion, so you can wake up out of this dream that you're in. And I was like, okay, thank you. So she gives me my wake-up potion that Sailor Pluto made for me, and I opened up that, and I drank some of it, and it knocked me out in my bed, in the hotel bed, and finally, I was managed to wake up in the couch that I was in. So I was like, holy shit on the cracker, what have I just gone through? And yeah, that was the end of that dream. So yeah, I'm sorry that this video is really long for you all to watch, but please grab some popcorn for sure. And also please give this video a thumbs up. I try my best to speed up the video, but if you guys want to feel free watching this video, go right ahead. And if you guys want to, like, you know, hear more stories about my dream, go right ahead and give this video a bunch of likes, and also share this video with your friends and family. And yeah, and I'll see you guys later. And also chase your dreams for sure. Please definitely chase your dreams, and let me know in the comment sections, have you ever had any dreams like this before? Because this was the most craziest dream I've ever gone through. So bye everybody, see you later.